Keeping our hormones in check, that's a question I get every day in practice at Center Spring MD, and so many of you ask me about hormone replacement therapy, if it's right for you, if it's not right for you, and I'm starting to have a standard answer. It's more about your gut and liver, and then we can decide what to do about your hormones. Here's the deal. We have to know and understand how hormones are getting broken down by the body. You can't just slap hormones on you. I've seen that happen over and over again with devastating consequences for so many people. What we need to understand instead, is your gut working? Is your liver working? Well, then we can talk about hormones and what we might or might not need to do when it comes to hormone replacement. That's why I've put together this quick and easy, simple plan to help you detox your hormones. These are things you can do every day and maybe have an occasional treat every once in a while. It starts with the gut. Chinese medicine tells us that, Ayurvedic medicine tells us that, almost every system of medicine prior to conventional Western medicine always started with gut health. That's why the first piece of a good hormone detox is getting in those probiotics or those probiotic-rich foods. Think about things like bone broth or fermented foods like non-dairy kefirs, kombucha, yogurt. All of these things have a plethora of healthy, good bacteria that really help you to detox and break those hormones down effectively. Moving on from probiotics, we really have to keep an eye on how many processed foods we're getting in. I know this is a tough one. I've been busy too and just want to go through the drive-thru or grab something here or grab something there. Or when I get stressed, sometimes I'll reach for potato chips, don't tell anyone, when I shouldn't be. But here's the problem with processed, convenience, and packaged foods. They're full of something called endocrine disrupting chemicals. There are a lot of names, parabens, phthalates, I could go on forever. But essentially what they are doing is they're disrupting our sort of regulation of our hormones, and they're acting like estrogen. So what does that mean for our bodies? We store it, we hold on to it, and the entire hormone pathway is messed up, and we have a lot of symptoms. These are symptoms like weight gain, brain fog, heavy breast, endometriosis, PCOS, hot flashes, night sweats. It really affects every age group, and I could go on forever. We don't want that, so lower your amount of processed foods, really keep them off your list, whether you're going out to eat, whether you're in your home. Don't even put them in the pantry. That's really the best option. Keep them out of the pantry so that you're not tempted in a stressful or weak moment to indulge in something that's just not good for your hormones at all. Okay, moving on from that, let's talk about foods that can help break those hormones down. I want you guys to have a visual of hormones and like getting them cut up into little pieces and moving them right through the body. Well, what we're trying to do is avoid a concept called estrogen dominance. Now, this is in my family, and this is something that I dealt with personally too. Recently, I've had issues with more dense and fibrous breasts to the point that I had a benign tumor in one of my breasts. I got sloppy, right, and wasn't getting in a lot of these hormone balancing and hormone detoxing foods. So it was a reminder for me as well. Broccoli, your cruciferous vegetables, everything from Brussels sprouts, kale, and so much more. All of these help to take hormones like estrogen, break them down, and move them through the body. We've talked about probiotics, we've talked about processed foods, we've talked about hormone-friendly foods that help to break all those hormones down in our body. Well, guess what else is super important? And I might not be doing a good job here as well, unfortunately. Sleep. Trying to get at least 7 hours of consistent sleep at night, really important for hormone balance. I have to be reminded about this one all the time, unfortunately. I got sick because my sleep cycle was disrupted, right? I did all those years of ER work with night shift, day shift, back and forth and everything in between, and really messed up my hormone access. The issue I have today is more of just not sleeping enough. I've got a lot on my list, a lot on my plate. I'm juggling all the time. You might feel that way too, but not getting sleep and not prioritizing sleep can absolutely lead to hormone issues. So getting that consistent sleep, I think, is important and something we should all be paying attention to. Here's another easy step in our hormone detox plan: drinking water. We can all do that, right? This is another one that I fail at sometimes. I don't know why. Like, I have to put reminders about this stuff in my phone. I don't know if you guys have to do that too, but I think I've been trained out of feeling thirsty having worked all those long shifts. So I have to remind myself to get in the 100 ounces of filtered water every day. That's a really important piece to helping to filter out your dirty hormones, as well, as I like to call them. All right, the next one might be a treat. Maybe not something you can do every single day, but definitely something that's helpful. We know that sauna and Epsom salt baths all also help with hormone detoxification, and that's something that you maybe do once or twice a week, but it's going to help with all the different pieces of helping to move the hormones through your body. And then last but certainly not least are the supplements we often talk about that help with sort of making this concept of breaking down hormones even more effective. I mentioned my own estrogen dominance, right? So I try to remember to take my calcium glucarate. That's a great supplement for breaking hormones down, cleaning up the liver, which is really kind of ground zero for all the different hormones. Also DIM, which is an enzyme that helps to break estrogen down, is another really helpful supplement. And then of course, balancing all your fats, your omega-3s and your omega-9s become a part of a hormone detox plan as well. So those are my steps for helping you to break those hormones down, keeping those hormones at the levels that they're supposed to be, finding that sweet spot. That's what I tell my patients. We're looking for that sweet spot where levels are not too high, they're not getting stored, but they're also not so low that you start feeling like a different person. That's what we're after with our hormone detox plan.